Remember this. Okay. Think this might work. What's going on, everybody? Left from 73 here, and today I'm trying to keep a promise. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, because this is going to be experimental for me. When you come into the room, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me 2 thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. All right? Wait a minute. Let me wipe this camera off a little bit. Okay, because we're going to do some real crazy stuff. Hey, everybody come in the room. We're going to do some real crazy stuff in a short amount of time. Okay? Hey, everybody. Good to see you here, especially this early. I was about to say in the morning. Yeah, it's still morning. So this is what we're going to be doing. I wonder why I can't take that off. Okay, there we go. Nope. All right. Can you hear me okay? Ill Will in the house. What's going on, my brother? Just Wanella, John, TLC in the garden. How you doing, my sister? Growing with Hudson. What's going on, my sister? Edie Love, Lucas 5464, Shadow, Yaminia. How you doing? Sam Widow, Brittany, and for barbecue. It's good to see everybody here. Second floor garden. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Happy Mac. I want to just get right into it, okay? So, because I don't got all day, and I'm trying to keep this promise to y'all, and I wanted to show y'all this setup. And I just reconfigured everything just now that I've been trying to do for the longest, and I finally just said, forget it and go ahead and do it. Okay. I'm going to be using 2 cameras. Let me show you. See, this is what I'm experimenting with right now. I've never done this before. I've seen all kind of content creators do it. I've never done it. Let me bring it up more like that. There we go. I've seen all kind of content creators do this, but I've never done it. So now I'm just experimenting. I've been experimenting with it all morning. So I hope this works out okay. So can y'all still hear me okay? Let me cut that off because I don't need to hear myself. Can y'all hear me okay? If you can hear me, say, cut the sound on 1. Okay. Can you hear me now? Still getting feedback? Let me know if you're getting, hey, Mama's Kitchen. Mama's Kitchen, I'm sorry. Let me know. Am I still getting feedback? Ill Will, am I still getting feedback? I'm asking Ill Will because everybody might just be coming in the room and they just be. I want to know from Ill Will. Am I still getting feedback? Okay, we ain't gonna worry about it, okay? Especially what we're about to do, because what we're about to do. Oh, let me try this. Let me try this. How is it now? Damn, that ain't working. All right. How is it now? Hey, Crafty Leo. I know it's muffled because I'm talking in my computer. How is it now? I just muted my other camera. Better. TLC in the garden. How is it now? TLC in the garden. How is it now? Okay. So I just had to mute my other camera. Boom. That's why I wanted to check on this first, because what we're having is I really want to get this taken care of without too many problems. All right. So here we go. Let's see. All right. Good. We got it. All right, everybody. I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. Let me see if I can't pull this up. I probably can't. Let me see. If you look down in the description box below, there it is. If you look in the description box below, I put my code to EcoFlow, my new code in right now for the savings, for the sales, for all the new products that's coming out. Everything is right here. I just put it in the chat. I'm telling y'all this before we even get started because y'all gonna want to know. Give me the code, Led, and this time I'm trying to make sure that I got that before I even get started. So what did I just do? Here's the product code here, and it's in the chat. Okay, so y'all can see that. Okay, all right. So it's in the description box if you're looking for it. So everybody that's coming in the room, the description, the EcoFlow product code to save you some money on EcoFlow and everything I'm about to show you is in the description box. And it's in the chat right here. I put it in the chat. Okay. I wanted to get started with that because I know while I'm talking, everybody gonna be there. Leg, give me the code, give me the code. All right. First off, yes, I am affiliated with EcoFlow. Yes, I am. I'm affiliated with a lot of companies. Y'all know that, right? I need to be honest, and this is straight up. Right now, I'm not being paid to say any of this at all, whatever, and the only things I ever get paid for is just introducing things to you. They can't make me do anything, all right? So this is what I want you guys to know. I'm affiliated with a lot of products, but it's very few that I trust with my safety. Okay, I need y'all to know that part. You will see these products from time to time, and sometimes you won't see any of them because if I test them and they end up being trash, I don't like testing them for 2 days and seeing if they're okay. I like testing them for a long period of time, and usually they end up being trash, and I won't present it. If anything, I'll give it back to the company if they'll take it, but I won't show that to my people that I love and trust. Okay. What's going on, Rucker Homestead? How you doing? Okay, here we go. I trust EcoFlow with my safety, and I'm gonna tell you how, and I can prove it. Okay, because all my security is run by this off-grid solar setup. Without my security, I'm in some trouble. Okay. So with that being said alone, my locks, my cameras, my everything is being run off this. And here's the thing, it has to work. If it doesn't work, everything I'm doing here is for nothing. Okay. I got cameras all over my land and everything has to work. My Wi-Fi has to work. My cameras have to work. My power, the power in here has to work. And the reason why that my power has to work, I guess I could take that off for a moment. The reason why my power has to work is because if my power goes out and I'm not here, I got, I don't know, hundreds of dollars worth of food in here that can spoil. Okay. And I need you to understand how real that is. I got eggs, milk, cheese, meat, you name it. Anything that'll go bad in a few days, you know what a refrigerator look like after a few days of been sitting in the refrigerator with the power off. You know how that go. All right. So I'm going to take you out here. And here's the other thing I want to let y'all know too. My stuff ain't all beautified. The way I do things ain't beautiful. The way I got things set up is going to look a little gross to people and crazy to people. But I need to make something clear. This is reality. This is reality. And this is how I'm running stuff off grid. All of that stuff where stuff is set up on shelves with fancy LED lights behind you and stuff, I don't got no problem with that. But That's not using things in real time for extended periods of time, and my life ain't depending on it sitting on a shelf. When I'm out here, my life is depending on it working through all weather conditions, through the cold, through the rain, through the sleet, the snow, and the heat. And that's what I've been putting all of my equipment through all this time. And y'all know that. Y'all see it on these videos all the time. Okay? So, first thing I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to answer some questions, and then we're going to go on a field trip. Okay? And just get to showing you. And then we're going to answer some questions. And then we may have to go on a field trip because I'm going to try to answer all of these questions with a field trip, meaning I want to show you exactly what I'm doing instead of just trying to answer it to the best of my ability, of course. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you all the products that I'm using right now. I'm using the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. Okay. The EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 is the main breadwinner of this whole thing I'm running. The EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 is connected through a smart wire to the to the EcoFlow Smart Dual Fuel generator. It's a gas generator. The reason I'm talking this slow because you may be wanting to write this down. I have the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 connected to the EcoFlow Dual Fuel Smart Generator. Okay. The reason I have it connected to the Dual Fuel Smart Generator, like today, is super cloudy, and I'm not bringing in that much power through my solar panels. So as soon you can program the Delta Pro 3 to, if I want it, when it gets down to 30% of power left, the gas generator is so smart through the smart wire automatically kicks on and charges up the Delta Pro 3 without any sunlight. It'll do it in the middle of the night. It'll do it whenever this hits 30%. I got mine set to 20%, but you understand. Soon as that hit 20%, the gas generator kicks on and charges the solar generator back up to 100%, and it cuts itself off. Okay? The gas generator cuts itself off because they're speaking to one another. So it's saying, listen, I'm full. And the gas generator says, okay, good night. And it cuts itself off, and you won't see that again until it drops back down to a 20%. Okay. Hey, Sister Spice, how you doing? Do I have any questions so far? Okay, here's something else I want you to know. Everything I'm showing you is plug and play. There is no, you got to put this together. You got to put that together. You got to splice these wires into that wire. Nothing. Everything I'm telling you, if you purchase the Delta Pro 3 and the EcoFlow Dual Fuel Smart Generator, they run through a wire and they connect. The smart generator comes with the wire that you need. It connects. And they just talk to each other. And then you plug whatever you want to plug into this. And that's how it's going to be. There is no, you need to figure stuff out. Instantly, you're going to be powering your off-grid cabin up like that. How much would let me see. Okay. Says, I remember I told you personally. Did you say I could hook up The Delta. Well, we're gonna talk about that too. Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. That's getting a little ahead of ourselves. Okay, but let me see here. I don't know what I just did. Hold on. It was another question that I just found, and I lost it. Okay, get rid of that. Let me see. Can you? Okay, that's the question. Can you hook up the Delta 2 Max to the smart dual fuel generator? Yes. If you have the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, you can hook that up to both smart generators, dual fuel generators as well. Yes, you can. Okay, somebody asked me, there it is. Okay, how much would a setup like that cost approximately? Okay, I want you to go to the website or go on Amazon and check the price. And when you check the price, get my discount code and see how much it takes off, and then calculate it. Okay, I'm not going to say it over the internet, because with the things going on right now out there in the world, the prices may change. So I don't want to lie to you. The prices may have changed overnight, and I don't know. So I'm not going to do that to you. I need you to check for yourself on Amazon. And then remember, I have a product code with a discount for you, okay, to check. All right. Let me see. That's a good question, Cheryl Williams. I'm loving these questions. What happens when there is no Wi-Fi? When there is no Wi-Fi, say I'm at my house, right? And the Wi-Fi goes down here. I can't see everything that's going on the app. Okay? Let me show you something. I'm gonna see if I can pull this off without cutting this off. I hope it don't. Okay. Here's the EcoFlow. Here's the EcoFlow app right here. I'm gonna show you everything I got on here. I can keep track of everything that I own through the app. Every EcoFlow device I have, I can control it right here. Okay. Let me get back over here. Okay. Now, I like doing this. Here's the thing. If your Wi-Fi goes out, if my Wi-Fi goes out here, then I can't see it. But this is the sweet part. It's still smart. So they're talking to each other through a wire. They don't need Wi-Fi. If that solar generator goes down to 20%, the smart dual fuel generator is still going to kick it in and charge it back up, because they don't need Wi-Fi to do that. The only thing the Wi-Fi is for is so I can look at it on the app and control things from my smart device. But you don't necessarily need the Wi-Fi. They're going to communicate with each other. Okay? So that's a good question. Let me get back up here. All right. How much fuel does the dual fuel smart generator hold? You know something? I'm going to say like a gallon. Don't quote me. Please look this up. Okay. I'm going to say about a gallon or 0.9, or is that the Honda? I'm going to show you guys something, Ladybug, because there's a reason why I don't know that right off the bat, because I don't depend on just the gas tank on the dual fuel smart generator. I'm going to show you my entire hookup. I have my dual fuel smart generator connected to a whole 5-gallon tank. Okay. So I don't never run out. Really, I had it hooked up to 10 gallons. So I'm going to show you that too. All right. That's cool too. But I got a whole video I'm going to show you on that. All right. Let me see. This may be a common sense question. but all this is new to me. So forgive me if it's a silly question. But can the Delta Pro 3 be connected to any generator? I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying. Are you saying I can't pronounce your name. Garden and Life? Are you saying can you charge the Delta Pro 3 with any generator? Yes, you can. Through the AC plug. Yes, you can. Like say I do have a Honda and I can charge it with the Honda. The only difference is that Honda won't know when to shut off. Your Honda will keep running even after your Delta Pro 3 is full. You have to manually pay attention to that. And you also have to manually get up and go cut your Honda generator off, or you will just be wasting fuel, wasting energy and resources. So if you want to pay attention to your device like that, then absolutely yes, you can. You just hook it up regular through the AC port. That wasn't a silly question at all. Okay, let me see. Okay, we got those few questions. Okay. How you doing, my brother? Mr. Bronson says, does the smart generator work with the EcoFlow 7200 watt backup? I don't understand your question. What the EcoFlow 7200 watt backup? What is the EcoFlow 7200 watt backup? Let me know what you're talking about right there, and then we can fix that, okay? Because I don't want to say nothing that I'm not sure. I may be talking about something completely different than you. The 7200 watt backup. I don't understand. Okay, here we go. What brand of gas generator have EcoFlow, but Furman is the gas generator? What brand of generator? I don't think I understand your question. What brand of generator have EcoFlow, but Fireman is the gas generator? I'm sorry, my dear. I don't understand your question. If it's a question at all, because I don't see any. I'm sorry. I want to help you, but I can't figure that one out. Okay. Let me see. This will help. Okay. You're welcome, Garden and Life. You're welcome. Okay. Now here's one that I can't talk about. In the garden, I need to figure out how to connect my EcoFlow to my shed electric panel. Okay. I'm not licensed nor certified to tell you any of this, so that's why I can't tell you. Okay, because if you end up touching the wrong stuff and blowing your head off, then I'm liable. I can't do that. But your shed electrical panel, do you have breakers inside of your panel already? If you have a shed and it came with an electrical panel, it should come with at least one breaker. In the garden, can you tell me that? I'll help you to the best of my ability without getting myself in a pickle. Backup inverter. Mr. Bronson, I don't know anything about an EcoFlow 7200 watt backup inverter. I'm not. I've never heard of it, to be honest with you. a 7200 watt backup inverter. What is it called? What is it called? And it's made by EcoFlow. Thank you so much, Ms. Mason. Okay, in the garden. So you do have at least one breaker in that box. Okay. I'm going to say this. It's an easy fix, but the way I'm going to tell you, I can't. But I'm going to say this. If you don't know what you're doing in the electrical box, please just go hire somebody to do it for you. I mean it, okay? If you don't know what you're doing in that electrical box, just go hire somebody to do it. I don't want you rigging something up and then burning your house down, okay? I would love to help you, but I'm sorry, my sister, just sometimes, you know, the legal part gets me, okay? Please go ask a licensed certified electrician to do it. Let me see. Okay. Wanted to know if I have the gas generator Furman. Is Furman a brand? Furman Cloud. I connect my. Wanted to know if I have the gas generator Furman Cloud. Ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. Can you type a little slower? I'm not going anywhere. Can you just make this point blank? I'm telling you, I don't want to start guessing on what you're saying because I'm gonna give you wrong information and we're gonna waste a lot of time. So please type a little slower and type complete sentences or questions so I can really help you, okay? I'm so sorry. Yeah, Mr. Bronson, I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sure. EcoFlow 72 watt inverter, 7200 watt inverter. Just let me look, see if I can look that up because I don't know what you're talking about, and I really want to help you. What, sir? There's no such thing. What is the product itself called? What's the name of it? Please. Because saying the inverter, a thousand things just pulled up. Okay, I'm gonna move on, Mr. Bronson. I'm sorry. Okay, I want to help you. Ronald says, I think he's asking if the dual fuel will work with the Ultra Pro. I think he's asking if the dual fuel smart generator will work with the Delta Ultra Pro, the DPU, which is 7,200 watts. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. Here's the thing about the Delta Pro Ultra. The Delta Pro Ultra, that's one downside to me. The Delta Pro Ultra does not have a port where you can connect the dual fuel smart generator through the smart plug. You can connect The dual fuel smart generator, just like you could connect any generator to the Delta Pro Ultra, but you can't use the smart cable where it cuts on by itself. I hope that's what he was asking, because that's the answer. The bottom line to that question, if that's the question, Ronald, and thank you for that, is no. So that's, to me, that's one of the Delta Pro 3 advantages over the Delta Pro Ultra. Okay. Let me see. Nice way. The EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra is the whole home backup system, provides everything. Okay, see, that's what I was looking for, because I pull this stuff up and a billion things pop up, and I don't have time to be looking for it. So thank you, Nice Way and Ronald. Thank you very much. The answer to that question would be no. It could work, but you still got to plug it up through the regular old AC port. You can't hook it up through a smart wire. It won't work. It doesn't have one. Okay. Light at the end said, how have you liked the smart panel? Listen, the smart panel, and I did a video on that, and I was trying so hard not to sound corny, but you can't. Sometimes it works so good you forget you got it. You forget, or you don't know that the power went out, because now I can look at my house right now, no matter where I am, and see what lights are on, what lights are off. I mean, what fuses are on and off. Right now, I can shut my whole house down from here. I can cut off all the kitchen power. Let me tell you something, what I have done, true story. My son be on that video game when he home from school. I cuts it off. I shuts his whole room, his whole power outage on his bedroom alone. Because if you, these days and time, kids will play that video game all night. They don't drink, they don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't poop, they don't pee. I shuts his power off from my phone on the smart panel at home. Like, that's enough for that. I'm tired of hearing him screaming and talking to his gunning buddies. I'm sick of that. And if I go in there, it's going to be a problem. He old, he grown now, and I'll be done put him in a hotel room somewhere. I just shut the power. Boop. And he knock on the door. Dad, I think the power went off. Ooh, I'm going to look at that in the morning. Go get some sleep. First thing in the morning, I cut his room's power back on. I don't got to go and wake up and go in his room and say, hey, man, you got to be quiet, man. It's about 2 a.m. I ain't got to do that no more. Shut it off. Okay? So I'm loving the smart home panel, and I would suggest I would buy it. I would buy it if I was, because people don't know what it's about. I would purchase a smart panel. Now, other smart panels, you can't control it like that. Like I like Anchor. And Anchor has a smart panel, but you can't control it with the app. You can't shut off different fuses in the house, different lights, and you can't do that. EcoFlow, you can. Okay. Could I connect to the Delta Flow 3? I have the brand Furman. Here's a brand of generator. Are you asking, can you connect your Furman brand gas generator to the Delta Flow 3? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Through the AC port, regular old cord that comes with, yes. If that's the question. I hope that helped, Miss Dixon. Ill Will said, I need that. Man, that smart panel is the truth. And you just don't know your power is out. When everybody keep telling me, hey, Led, you get hit by the storm, the power is out. And what do I keep telling y'all? The power is out? For real? I can look at my app and the app will tell me when the power went out and if it came back on or not. I won't know because it don't even glitch. It just kicks on. Okay. Oh, this is a sweet one. Does the smart panel show how much gas you have left in your gas generator? No, because you can't hook the smart panel or the Delta Pro Ultra through the smart wire. You got to have that smart wire to show you that. Now, let me tell you this. If you have the Delta Pro 3 or the Delta 2 Max, and I'm only speaking with what I have. I can't speak on the older Deltas or anything. If you have the Delta Pro 3 or you have the Delta Pro Max, or even if you have the new Delta, wait a minute. I'm getting beside myself. I'm getting a little beside myself. Or if you have the new Delta Plus, you can hook it into this too. They will tell you how much gas you got left in the gas generator. Yes. So when I'm looking at my app, I can tell how much gas is in the gas. I'm gonna show y'all real quick, okay? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the dual fuel smart gas generator right here. I'm gonna see if y'all can see that. Okay. I wonder if okay. Right here, I'm on empty. It says low fuel alert, low fuel level. You see that? Can y'all see that? Low fuel. And I only have, let me see, where was it? I only have 39% of power left in the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. My gas generator is empty, and my EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 is down to 39%. I can keep track of all of this. What power is coming in, what power is going out. Now watch this. Now let's go over to the Delta Pro 3. And it's going to tell me exactly what's going on. I'm bringing in only 98 watts of solar because it's cloudy. I got 21 watts going out, running the fans inside this cabin. Right there. You see that? So I got 39% left. It's saying it will run this for 6 days and 18 hours. And I only got 100 watts coming in. All right. So what we're going to do, I can see everything. Now, the Delta 2 Max, let's go to that, because I'm going to show you this whole setup. The Delta 2 Max is at 67%, and I got 50 watts going out on the DC and 60 watts going out on the AC. That's because that's hooked to my refrigerator, my freezer, microwave, and other accessories inside here. And I'm going to show y'all why I got this the way I got this. It doesn't make sense to you right now, but it will. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. Let me see. Any other questions before we go on this field trip? Let me see. And remember, and I'm going to put it in here again. I got the code down in the description box below under the video, and the description box I just put inside of the chat here. Okay. So Let me see if I got, hey, Granny Karma Homestead. Let me see if I got any more questions real quick. And okay. TLC in the garden says, have you used any of the EcoFlow expansion batteries? No, but I have one coming. I have the expansion battery for the Delta Pro, the Delta 2 Max, and I'm waiting for my expansion battery for the Delta Pro 3. That's going to be a game changer. Say have the Delta 2. Okay, already have Delta 2. Wait. Already have 2 of the Delta 3 and River 2. Don't know if I should get the batteries or the Delta 3 Pro. I'm going to say this. If you have the Delta 2 Max, okay? If you already have the Delta 2 Max and you don't have any expansion batteries, you're doing yourself a disservice. The Delta 2 Max turns into a whole nother animal when you add an expansion battery onto it. The Delta Pro 3, when you add an expansion battery onto it, it becomes a whole new animal. Like, you're going to wish you did that in the first place. Okay? Before I got the Delta Pro 3, I was running this cabin with the Delta 2 Max. Okay? That's 4,000 watt hours of storage power. So that's serious. Okay. And of course, it depends on what you need your power for. And if you're greedy and you just waste power and energy, I don't. But honestly, when you add a new battery to it, now I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna be controversial, very controversial. Is y'all ready for that? And I'm not sure you should even be doing this, but I did it, and I've been using it for about 3 months or more, and it works. Are y'all ready for that? Are you ready for me to tell you a little cheat code with the EcoFlow? Little cheat code. How many people already have the Delta 2 Pro? Okay. Ill Will says, I have the Delta 2 Pro. Okay. River 3 Plus. Okay. And Anchor System. Needing the expansion batteries for both EcoFlow devices. I wouldn't, if I had to get expansion batteries, I wouldn't do it for the River 3 Plus right off the bat. I would concentrate on the Delta 2 Pro because you need as much power as you can. The Delta 2, the River, they're more portable. They're for picking up and going, you know. I wouldn't really worry about expanding the power on a River device. I would focus on the things you really need a lot of power. I will focus on the Delta series expansion batteries, and I'm trying to think I would just focus on that. Okay. Thank you. A place for her. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Okay, let me see. So I need to buy some solar panels. I need recommendations and suggestions. Well, I can't give you recommendations or suggestions because I don't know what kind of system you have, and I don't know all the things that you're running. Okay. But if you want to know some good, solid solar panels, it's a lot of them out there. And I'll be thumbing through them if, it'll take us all day to get through that. All right. So that's enough of that. So y'all ready to do a field trip? First, before we do the field trip, let me tell y'all, okay, in the garden says I have the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. Okay. You can just get some 100 watt Renogy panels, hard panels. You could get some I got Renogy. I have it's a couple of off brands too that I got that just works great. I even right now I'm only using my Harbor Freight 100 watt panels and they work just great with the Delta 2 Max. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Here's the cheat code for the Delta Pro 3. If you already have the Delta 2 Max with an expansion battery, you can use the Delta 2 Max expansion battery with the Delta Pro 3. So the Delta 2 Max expansion battery is about 2,000 watt hours. So you could add an extra 2,000 watt hours onto your Delta Pro 3. Here's the kicker though. It will communicate through the smart wire. And the Delta Pro 3 will charge the Delta 2 Max's expansion battery. And it will use that energy just like a normal expansion battery. The only difference is it won't read it to you. You won't see it on the app. It won't say, expansion battery connected. It won't show that you're connected to anything at all. But if you're standing in front of the two units, you clearly see the Delta Pro 3 charging the Delta 2 Max's battery, or you will see the Delta 2 Max discharging and charging the Delta Pro 3. So if you're standing there looking at it, you see that it's working. And I'm going to tell you whose idea this was. This was my wife's idea. Got the Delta Pro 3. She said, does that battery work with that one? Because she wanted to know about it. And I'm trying to explain to her how this new technology is working. And she said, do that battery work with that? I said, I don't know. She said, well, let's find out. So I said, why not? I plugged the smart wire into the expansion battery from the Delta 2 Max, started charging it. It worked. And I've been using it like that for 3 months. So now that I'm getting an actual expansion battery for the Delta Pro 3, so I can read it and I can see it on the app. And that's another 4,000 watt hours, of course. That's extra 2,000 watts. So, but I'm just saying, if you already have the Delta 2 Max and you're thinking about getting the Delta Pro 3, Delta Pro 3, they will work. You just can't read it. It won't show up on the app. So that is just a little cheat sheet that I found that actually works to give you more watt hour, expansion or power storage. So yes, my wife, and she was like, let's do it. And she was excited. Matter of fact, go back at my Delta Pro 3 video. She was in that video because she was excited about solar all of a sudden. Okay. That's my wife. I can't do nothing without her. Ill Will says, okay, will the Delta Pro 3 charge the Delta Pro 2 without the expansion battery? I don't know. I can't speak on it because I don't have the Delta Pro 2. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not familiar with the Delta Pro 2 besides watching videos and reading the literature on it. But I've never actually had one to myself to play with. And if it's going to charge it, it's going to do it through the AC cord, because I don't know if the Delta Pro 2 has an adapter that can take that smart cord. So that's a question right there. Okay. Is there anything like that that will work for the Delta 2? And again, I'm sorry I can't help you on that because I do not own the Delta 2, and I only want to speak on things that I own and I use and experience, okay? I could riddle some stuff off to you, but I would have no way to prove that that's the truth or not. I like talking about truth, okay? So I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go out here and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right, y'all game. I won't be able to see your comments. I don't think. We'll try though. Let's see. Okay. Y'all ready? And I did a lot of things to make sure. Did y'all see I said the Delta Pro 3 is down to 39%. And then I said the gas generator was empty. It's dry. I did that on purpose, and I left it like that on purpose so I could do this video. Okay. So here we go. We're going on a field trip. I'm taking you to the power station. Let's go. Y'all ready? So what I'm gonna do, let me cut this camera on. There we go. I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I can just show the guest. I'm gonna remove. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. If you can hear me and see me, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I had to unmute my mic. Can you see me and hear me right now? Yeah? Okay, I had to mute this one and unmute the camera. Sweet, this is working, it's working. Okay, let's go on this field trip. Y'all ready? Pup, wanna go outside? Ready to go? Ready to go? All right, let's get it. Now, I won't be able to ask your questions anyway, because when we come back in, I'm gonna try to, wait a minute. I will be able to see your questions. Hold on. We ain't playing today. Can't tell me nothing. All right, hold on. I'm gonna be able to see y'all questions. Okay, this is sweet. This is dope. Okay. Y'all ready? Let's go. Come on, pup. Let's go outside, baby. I got a lot of stuff I'm holding on to, though. Come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna start here. I only have 4 Harbor Freight solar panels hooked up to this whole system. Those 2 panels go to something completely different. Standing up, go to something completely different. Okay, so I can see y'all questions. Well, let me make this so I can really see it. And all my panels are here because I'm going to put them on top of the chicken coop and give me full power. Now, I forgot my brush. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my brush. Okay? Because it's so much pollen out here that I want to make sure y'all can see everything I'm talking about. I left that on the doorknob so I don't forget it. And what did I do? Forget it. Okay. Come on, I'll be able to see y'all questions in a second. But this is the setup. And here is the EcoFlow. This is the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. Okay. All this pollen It's been outside all this time. So it's fairly weatherproof. Okay. Don't worry about my beautiful legs, y'all. Okay. All you see all this pollen on everything. I have the Delta River 2 connected to my diesel heater. Is a reason why I do that. It's separate. But this lets you see it's very, very weatherproof. It's rated to be waterproof to a certain degree. Now, it's connected to the dual fuel smart generator. Look at all that pollen. Bring y'all over here with me so I can see you. Okay. All right. Can y'all see me okay? Let me know you can see me. All right. Here, we down to 39% on the Delta Pro 3. Okay. And I have this set at 20%. Once that goes down to 20%, the dual fuel smart generator will automatically kick on because it's attached by this smart cable right here. Let me see. It's attached by this smart cable. Can y'all see that? Hold on. I'm trying to see if y'all can see it. Okay. That's plugged in here, and it's plugged in the back of the Delta Pro 3 right here. That's that smart cable. As long as those are connected to one another, they talk to one another. Okay? Any questions so far? Will I post a link? The Serenity Acres, the link is in the description box below the video. My product code to save you some money is down there too. Said, Mr. Led, do you leave everything hooked up and power to your workshop when you leave? Yes. Why do you keep it outside? Wouldn't it be better inside? No, because I don't have enough space to keep all this stuff. If you got a big old house that you're trying to do, yes, of course. If it's waterproof and weatherproof, why would I care, right? You don't have to care. That's how they build this stuff. I'm not doing this to be cute. That's the thing that I really want to let you guys know. I'm really doing this for real. And that's why this is like this. If I wanted to make a cute video just so everything can look cute, then that's what I would worry about. And there wouldn't be a scratch on this stuff. Okay? It'll be somewhere in my garage on a shelf somewhere. So here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually show you this is connected to my cabin and it powers my entire cabin. I can't show you how. I can only tell you it's connected to my cabin. My entire cabin runs off of this. Okay? Now, let's come over here. And I want to show you when the dual fuel smart generator, it's at 0. See that? 0%, 0 output, 0 time, nothing. Nothing. It's giving me nothing. 0 gasoline. So I'm going to show you how I make sure I never run out of gas for a long time. Let's put it like that. Okay? Okay. I have 10-gallon tanks, like for a boat. Right here. See them? And both of these tanks are connected together and connected through this hose that goes into this automatic pump. So every time this gets low, This is on a float system. It's a float inside that lets this know that this is low. And this automatically pumps fuel into the smart dual fuel generator coming from these 10 gallons tanks. So I got 10 gallons plus the gallon or two that it holds inside the dual fuel smart generator. So just say you got 11 gallons of fuel that you're running. And remember, this only cuts on if it's cloudy and this isn't charging from the sun. So this doesn't come on very often. So that extends your gas and your fuel life because this only cuts on when the sun ain't on, right? Or you doing really heavy, you using a lot of power. That's the only time. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is I cut this off. This is made by GenMax, and I'll have this in the description box too. Okay, because this is sweet. If you get this to work right, this is sweet. I've been testing this for months, and I had a problem at first, and I fixed it, and now it's just awesome. Okay, it's flawless. So all I do is cut this on, and I want you to listen real close. You're going to hear it start pumping. Remember, this is at 0%. We at 0. Watch. And I'm making sure you see that because as this come on, I'm going to let you hear it. Then I'm going to let you watch that number go up. Watch this. Cut it on. I cut this off earlier on purpose. Now, I've already filled up my tanks. Now, watch this. You're going to get the green light. Listen, listen, listen. Tell me if y'all can hear that. Hold on. You can even see the gas up here in the float. This will let you know you getting the gas right here. And if all else, you can pump it like this to get it started. If it ain't primed up, that's the priming bulb. Cut it on. Make sure everything is. All right, hold on a second. Cause it ain't, let me see. Can y'all see that okay? Hold on. Let me check it. Cause it's acting like it's saying it's full. You can take the line off like that. This is powered on. Unpower that. Now I'm gonna check down in the reservoir. Okay. I know what's wrong. It's full. That's what's wrong. So put my power wire back in. Can y'all see that good? Okay. Got my power wire back on. It's not pumping because it's full. And I'm gonna tell you what's going on. This needs a firmware update. So it's not telling this that it's full. Okay. So let's power this off. It might not power off because it got to, let me take the smart plug out because you got to disconnect all power. All right. Now, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to cut this on. Can y'all see? Okay, let me see. Does It started up, then went off because it was full. Okay. Look at this. Cut myself. Now, I just started it manually. You can start it here or pull the cord on the side. Now look at that. It's charging. It's 3,800 watts going in this. You know, right now it's 16, but it's going to pump that all the way up to 3,800 watts. Okay. So now that the smart generator is charging the Delta Pro 3 and is using those extended gas tanks. It's charging the cabin. And let's go in here so I can show you on the app, okay? Come on, pup. Because I'm not done showing you the setup. I can only show you so much, but we got a little something else to show you. Come on. Why you need an invitation? Is you a vampire? God, I hate when you do that. Okay. All right. Sweet. So now the gas generator. Okay, says, okay, you saying, oh, let's switch this back over. Well, let's do this for now. You're saying, okay, you said it needed a firmware update. How would we update the firmware when it hits the fan? You won't. Let me switch this camera back over. Okay. Now, I want to be realistic because that's a great question. That's a great question. But let's be realistic. The only thing that you can totally depend on and count on for long, ultra-term survival skills is your own survival skills. If you put all of your faith and trust into machinery, then that's where you will end up. This is for the exact same situation that I'm talking about right now. All right. If something was to happen to this company, like the rest of the companies on the planet, you're screwed. Okay. So if you don't have any personal survival skills, then that's something you need to work on, because that's not what this is at all. But that's a great question. You need to know survival skills. You can't put all your faith and love into all of the gadgets that you got around your house. You got to, when it all fails, you only have yourself to depend on. Okay. Good question though, Yvette. Okay. Here we go. Said, this is the lesson I needed. Thank you, Uncle Ed. I'm learning what I can and cannot power during this outage with my EcoFlows. Okay. Well, with these EcoFlows, you can power everything pretty much. Okay. Okay. So who's going to be around to push the update through? It won't be an issue. Who's going to be around to push an update through? It won't be an issue. I don't know what that means. But honestly, if things get that bad, a firmware update is the last thing we all need to be thinking about. Can I hook the smart cord to the EcoFlow Delta 1? I don't think you can. You can go and check and see if they have like some kind of adapter or something. Again, I'm not familiar with the EcoFlow Delta Pro 1. So you may want to go look into that, okay? Okay, you say you have the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus. I have that, and you can use that. You can use that with the dual fuel smart generator, and they will talk to one another. Yes, you can. Okay. I'm looking for other questions real quick before I finish. Right, Jacqueline. It started up and went off because it was full. That's why. Because you see it's still running. If it was empty, it would have been cut off. I don't know how I cut myself. Okay. Do I have any questions? Can you use the Predator 5000 generator to charge my EcoFlow? Which EcoFlow do you have? No questions? You have the Delta 3. This one right here? Sheila? Okay. Let me see something real quick. Yes, it would charge it up, but all you're doing is plugging it up just like you would plug it into the wall. It will not have a smart connection at all. Because you know something I want to do right now before we end this video, because I'm going to take this video to 2-hour mark because it's a lot I want to show you, and we in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Give me another 30 minutes of your time so I can show you, because I keep getting this question of, can you use your regular gas generator to power all of your Delta products? And I'm gonna show you why that smart cord is so important. Okay, can I connect different EcoFlows together with smart plugs so one kicks in when the other kicks out? It depends on which Delta products you have. You need the smart plug just came out within the Delta Pro 3. Let me think. Delta Pro 3, Delta 2 Max, Delta 3 Plus that I know for a fact that it works with. Okay. Yaminia says, I have 1,000 watts. Let me see. No, hey, what's up, B Rich? My bad, man. I meant to. And where did she go? I clicked and she left. Okay, hold on. What's up, B Rich? Says I have 1,000 watts of worth of panels. Would I need more to charge the Delta Max 2? No. Here's the thing about panels. okay, because I don't want to get too far off in the weeds with this, is you can connect as many solar panels as you can. It's called over paneling. You can connect 10,000 watts, long as you keep the amps and the voltage right, and you always get the maximum wattage, whatever the Delta 2 Max can bring in, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 1,800 watts. It'll always have that all day. Okay, so you'll always have that much power coming in. Again, as long as you keep the amps and the volts in the perimeter they're supposed to be. Okay, now I want to show y'all something real quick. Let me see. Oh, you missed it, B Rich. You missed it. I can't tell you that part, man. It's legal issue. But let me show you this real quick. All right, let's click this back up. I want to show you now. Let's go. I'm in the EcoFlow app again, right? Let me show you what the Delta Pro 3 is doing right now. If y'all can see that. Let me get rid of this real quick. I'm bringing in. Ooh, that was rough. Let me make sure my mic is on. Okay, I'm bringing in 3,000 watts. I only got 21 watts going out. There's power in the fans up here. So I'm only using 21 watts. But I got 3,000 coming in from the gas generator. It went from 39% to 53% that quick. Okay. Now, just to show you, now let's look at the gas generator and see what it's saying, because I know it needs a firmware update. So it's not going to show me what I need to see. Hold on. Oh, look. It's still saying it's at a low level, right? But it's also saying it's putting out 3,000 watts. This is the output. It's putting out 3,000 watts, but it's saying the gas is empty. Still, gas level is at 0%, 0 hours worth of runtime left. So when I do the firmware update, that'll all just go away. Okay. I can control if I want that on performance or eco mode, which is saving more energy and more fuel. Let me switch it on, see if it. Listen to it. It's the tone of that engine changes. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go back. Now I want to show you guys why the smart cord is so important. Okay. Let me see. I need to go outside. I'm going to take y'all outside. Well, I'm going to come back in and I want to show you exactly why that smart plug is so important. Okay. Y'all down with me? You still down? Can y'all still see me and hear me? If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up, please. I don't want to be talking and then, none of this gets recorded. Thank you for the confirmation, C. Woods. Okay, give me 2 ticks. Let me go get something to show you how this works. I want to show you hands-on so you understand fully how this works, okay? Hold on. ain't even open the door for me, pup. You didn't open the door for me, baby. Ugh. All right. Perfect. Okay, y'all with me? Oh, shit. Okay, y'all with me? All right. What I went to do is I brought the Delta Wave 2, the split unit, the air conditioned unit. I brought that with me just for this video. Okay, this is supposed to be in my bug out trailer, but I brought this here, but I brought it for several reasons. For one, I need air conditioning. For two, I want to show you how this smart cord works and why it's so important. That smart cord is a DC cable. The DC cable is almost perfect. It's way more efficient in energy. If you plug something up with an AC cord into the wall, you're losing probably 20% of the energy just going out into outer space somewhere, right? Or more. When you have solar panels, same thing. If you got a 100-watt solar panel, you're not going to be getting 100 watts of solar coming in ever. You may be lucky if you're getting in 80%. 80% of solar coming in on a perfect day. So, what the DC cable does is make it way more efficient. So when you make it way more efficient, you get to use your product longer. So the Delta Wave, the air conditioning unit, when I hook it to the smart plug, it lasts all night. It just never, it never goes down. So that didn't sound right at all, did it? So that's why I love those smart DC cables. I love them because if you plug it in regular into the wall, it drinks the juice. Okay, so let me see. Thank you, TLC. I'm glad thank you for the confirmation. Ladybug says, do you need 2 smart cords to change from gas to LPG? No, actually, no, you don't. It has another, I'm glad you said that, Ladybug. That's a beautiful question. I'm going to show you exactly right now before we get into it, what it comes with. When you buy the dual fuel smart generator, it comes with a propane connection. So it's so smart, it can decide which one it's using. Say I run out of gas, but I got it hooked into a 20-pound propane tank. It'll run that gas and then turn right to propane, just like that. The thing that's good about running the propane, you never got to worry about cleaning out the carburetor or running any gas fuel cleaners through your machinery or nothing like that if you're using propane. So yes. Matter of fact, I have one right here, I believe. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I got it. This is the smart, not the smart, but this is the LPG gas line that comes with your dual fuel smart generator. From your old dual fuel smart generator comes with one, and your new dual fuel smart generator will come with one as well. Okay, this one is from my old dual fuel smart generator. So you plug that in the side of the dual fuel smart generator and plug this one to your propane tank, and it does the rest. Okay. Any questions? Let me see. Here we go. Here's one. Okay, can I use that DC cable or smart cord with a different power station like Blue Eddy? No, you cannot. This is just for EcoFlow. All right. So I'm gonna switch cameras again so I can show you how this works. All right. Because I'm getting a little warm and everything is perfect timing right now. Here we go. Good question. Good idea. And changing the oil in those generators is necessary. Absolutely. Listen, the oil change on them is so easy. I'm glad you said something because I wouldn't even mention it. But yes, here's the sweet part about changing your oil on the gas generators. Your app is going to tell you when to change the oil. It's going to tell you, okay, it's time to change the oil. And then you hit the maintenance button and let your app know that you've changed the oil, and it times it and it checks the oil on its own. So it will tell you when it's time to change the oil. Okay. After so many hours worth of use, you should change it anyway and not really depend on the app. But for the most part, the app is going to tell you. And like I said, say I got a firmware update, right? And it's not telling me to change the oil. That means how many hours do I think I've been running this thing? To check the oil is just like a car. You open the side little compartment, you pull it, you twist the dipstick, pull it out, check that oil. If it's all black, you just lean it over to the side or the oil falls out into an oil pan. You take a thing of oil just like your car and pour it back down that same tube, put your dipstick back in, and the oil is changed. It's literally that simple. So that was a great question. Say blessings led. This question is along the lines of asking about fuel stabilizer for the generator you're currently speaking on. Do you personally use fuel stabilizers in them? Now, okay, this is for me. Okay, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why I don't. I don't give my generators time to sit around and collect dust. I use all my stuff out here. So if you are a person that you use your generator just when the storm comes, then yes, I would put some kind of additive in it if you want to, or just drain it, let it drain all the way out, drain all the gas out, let it run dry. That's totally up to you. But I don't give my equipment time enough. None of them. I use all of my stuff for something. Okay? So I don't give my stuff a break. I ain't gonna lie to you out here. But that was a good question. Well, see, I live in the South, so even my lawnmowers don't sit around. When I'm not cutting grass, well, we down here in the South, you pretty much almost always got to cut the grass. Because the grass kind of never stopped growing. It just turned brown. So your lawnmower ain't never put away for more than a month and a half down here, So if you're in the North, then, I can't speak on that. I ain't going to lie to you. Things have changed since I lived in the North. I have never in my entire life, the whole time I lived up north, put any kind of additives in my gas. And your lawnmower, chainsaw, everything sit all winter, damn near 9 months in the snow and cold and ice. And I've never used that, ever. I have never. Does propane last longer than gas? No, it does not. And again, propane doesn't power the unit as strong. Don't quote me on the numbers right now, but just let's say while I'm running gas, it's going to put out 3,800 watts for me to charge up my equipment, right? But with propane, I think it's something like it will only put out 3,200 watts, something like that. Don't quote me. Please look it up, all right? But propane just doesn't give it that kick. And when you say, does propane last longer? Now you got to ask yourself, how big is your propane tank? Because that all depends, right? Now I'm going to say something else. If you use propane, you don't have to worry about fuel stabilizer or stale gas, because propane is indefinite. Once it's in that tank, it'll never go bad. So that's the upside and the downside to propane. Okay, you won't get as much power using propane. That kick, it may not last as long, but depending on what size propane tank you have, like 100-pound tank or something, and the plus is you don't have to worry about, stale gas, leaky gas, contaminated fuel, none of that, because propane is indefinite. You put that tank somewhere safe and it's always going to be good, okay? So it has its drawbacks, but it does have some great benefits to using propane. Oh, and it doesn't clog up your carburetor and mess that up, gum it up, or none of that. Remember that too, by using propane. Now, I'm going to switch cameras so I can show you guys what I was talking about. Hold on. Back. All right, let me switch this camera back. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me and see me, give me 2 thumbs up. Because now we're going to take a little mini trip so I can show you about this smart plug. Thank you for that, Lorraine. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm going to bring you over here to the entertainment center so I can show you this setup. Okay. All right. Now, in here, I have the Delta 2 Max. Why do I have this inside the house when I got the Delta Pro 3 outside? Okay. It's a backup to my backup to my backup. You understand? Remember, if I'm not here, I can't have my refrigerator go down. I got food in there, a lot. So I need this running at all times. I need these fans running at all times so the air don't get stale and it keeps insects out, long as that air is moving, right? Okay, so I keep my fans on all the time, and I keep my refrigerator running. That's very important. Let me see what y'all saying. That's very important. Okay, so this is how I got it hooked up. The dual fuel smart generator is charging the Delta Pro 3. The Delta Pro 3 is running the entire cabin. This is where I'm getting electricity from. Okay, so the Delta 2 Max is plugged up in the core, in the plug behind here. But let me show you. That's the Delta 2 Max plugged in the wall right there, and it's getting charged from the Delta Pro 3 that's connected to the cabin. So it's charging right now. I got 1,600 watts coming in here and 800 watts coming into the expansion battery. Okay? I needed to show you that because the refrigerator is connected to this solely. The reason I did that is because if anything happens to the Delta Pro 3 for any reason, somebody kick out a cord or a deer walk through here and kick out a plug, a cord, a wire, or something, which has happened, then that means I got 4,000 watt hours of just in case. Then, with no power at all, my refrigerator, sorry about that, my refrigerator will run, it will stay cold for 5 days. Nothing will go bad in here. It will stay frozen up here, and everything will stay cold down here for 5 days because I have done it. All right. So that's what made me put extra power inside. Not that I need more watt hours out here. I just have this because this is my backup of just in case. If I'm not here, this sips energy. So this will run this refrigerator for about a week. And after a week, this is down, that's down. And then I got 5 more days that this is going to stay cold. So the reason I did this is so backup to my backup to my backup. Okay. Now let me see if y'all understand what I'm talking about. Let me answer some questions, and then we're gonna get into this air conditioning, the Delta Wave. All of this stuff can be purchased on Amazon, and you can use my code and my link to get discounts off right now. Let me see. I'm looking for questions. So you don't have to do things like I'm doing it. But the reason I'm doing it like this is because I can't afford, hey, stuff is bad now. I can't afford to lose no meat. I can't afford to lose no food. I just can't. So if I got solar on top of solar on top of solar on top of solar, right, then I ain't got to worry about nothing. So if we can call them fail safes. If one thing fails, something else gonna pick up the slack. If those 2 things fail, this is gonna pick up the slack. Really, if that failed, I got one more under the cabinet, just in case. Okay? When you're dealing with this off-grid stuff, and you ain't like you still technologically advanced, you gotta watch out for this stuff. Okay? All right, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any? No question. All right. If it ain't no questions, we can go. I was gonna show more, but it don't seem like y'all want to know. So, all right, we can call it a day. Let me see. You say, Lynette, trying to understand. The Delta 3 runs the whole cabin. Yes. The Delta 2s will kick in if the Delta 3 dies. They won't necessarily kick in. They're always running. You're right, but they're always running. So that will start, that depletes first, then that battery starts depleting. They're on like a daisy chain. Those aren't smart connected. That's just me. Like if you charged look, think about it like this. You're charging your Delta 2 Max inside your house. That's what's happening. So I got all my vital things connected to that Delta 2 Max. My refrigerator and the fans is connected to the Delta 2 Max. Outside, the Delta Pro 3 is charging the whole cabin, which charges the Delta 3. So you are right to a point. When you say kick in, I wouldn't say it kicks in. It just, once that's depleted, now these batteries are depleted. So you're on the right track. Yes. You own it, Lynette. You own it. Okay. Here's a question. How many panels do you use to power your cabin? I'm only using 4 right now. The reason why I'm only using 4 is because I have a greater plan, which now I can do because I got all my chicken coops in line. Right now, I'm only bringing in 400 watts of solar. Really, that's all you need because everything else that I use is pretty much manual. I heat my house with the wood stove. The diesel heater, when I heat the house with the diesel heater, it only uses like 5 watts. To start my stove, the little click igniter, After it's lit, you don't use power for that. It's summertime, so I don't need my hot water tank. My hot water tank is off because I don't need it. And if I need the hot water right now, I just boil me a little kettle of hot water and bathe in it, or wash the dishes. I don't even bother with the hot water tank because it's using my precious energy. Okay, so right now I'm only using 400 watts of solar. Let me see. It takes a lot of thought, and you really got to be doing it to really get a good feel of what you're doing. All right. So I hope I answered you, Ladybug, and 2A. Thank you, L Childs. I wouldn't say brilliant, but I'm trying to make it work. How TLC in the garden? How often do you clean off the solar panels with the pollen and dust? Every day. Every day I clean off the solar panels. If I see pollen, dirt, dust on them, grass, debris, I got a broom on the porch and I just go out there and sweep them all up real quick. That's why I don't want the solar panels on the roof, because you won't get any solar if you do that. So as high as the chicken coops are, I can reach up there with a broom and wipe them off or whatever, or on the ground. I don't want them on this roof because I'm not going up there to be doing that on no ladder. Let me see. So yes, TLC in the garden, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, in the garden says I haven't used my Delta 2 Max yet, but I'm interested in using it for TV, Suns game, microwave, hot place lamp. Okay. Edie Love, you said you have a question. What brand is your refrigerator? Well, right now we talk about EcoFlow and the solar, okay? Yes, 100 watts is all I'm using. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, once I hook up the rest of the panels to the Delta Pro 3, that gas generator will probably never come on. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this, and then we're gonna get on out of here. Okay. So let me make sure y'all can see what I'm doing here. All right. So I have the EcoFlow Wave right here. I got the EcoFlow Wave right here. This is the air conditioning heating unit with the spare battery. Okay. Let me back up a little. So here's the AC cord. Now I can hook that AC cord in, but it's just going to use way too much energy. Even though it's efficient, it's going to use way too much energy. That's not what I want. I want to be as efficient as possible. I want my battery wattage, my watt hours to last as long as power. I want long as possible. I want my power to last as long as it can. So I'm gonna just plug this in for now. No, so I don't confuse you, I'm not going to plug that in. All right, now I'm going to take this smart cable. Ugh. I'm going to take the smart cable. I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, I'm going to take the smart cable, and I won't be charging this extended battery no more because I only got one cable. The other cable is outside. So I'm going to use this smart cable, and I'm going to attach this smart cable down here to the EcoFlow wave. Can y'all see that? This is the plug hole. Let me see. That's not it. Let me see. There we go. Now it's connected to the delta wave. Can y'all see that? So now I can cut this on. Now, of course, I got to run this out the window. We ain't going to go through all of that. Just for giggles. Okay. Let's cut it on. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Hold on. What am I doing? Ugh. I'm making sure I put this on right. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Had to get a little wiggle going. I ain't have it pushed all the way in. So now the EcoFlow wave is on through the DC smart cable coming from the Delta 2 Max. So this is smart running this through this DC cable, making it super efficient so it can run longer. Okay? It also has the extended battery under there, but I'm not using that. I'm just going off of the Delta 2 Max. So let's come over here. I'm getting some good AC already. It's getting colder by the minute. Let me cut it on high. Okay. Got some AC now. So now that's running through the the Delta 2 Max, through the smart DC cord, which lets it run even longer. Okay. Do I have any questions? I'm a stay on point with this. Hold on. Okay. Any questions? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right. Let's get back up here. Okay. I'm going back into for some questions. Okay. Let's see. How long will that setup stay online just using solar panels? It depends on how much power you're using. Okay. It depends on how much power you're using. There is no one, like it'll last 3 hours. If I'm running an air conditioned, microwave, refrigerator, fans, heater, it all depends on how much power you're using. There is no one answer to that. Okay. Okay. I haven't charged 2 of my generators in 2 years. Should I have kept them charged? Are they ruined? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, no way of knowing if they're damaged or if it was a good idea or not. I wouldn't have done it, but I don't know. You have to go check for yourself, okay? I'm sorry I couldn't help you with that one. Okay. Michael Palm, what's up, brother? Says, so the 4 panels is really not enough, which is why the generator cuts on to help the panels. Yes. The gas generator only cuts on because I don't have enough solar coming in to keep the Delta Pro 3 fully charged. That's 4,000 watt hours that the Delta Pro 3 has. So you would need 4,000 watts coming in, charging that all day to keep it to a point you don't need that gas generator. So if I had, let's just say, a lot more solar panels, I need to be bringing in listen, gas generator cut off. I need to be bringing in 4,000 watts of power to keep that thing going constantly. So did y'all hear the gas generator cut off? The gas generator cut off because now we at 100% on the Delta. When you add, okay, didn't realize that they might need, I didn't realize that they might need to stay charged. Okay. When you add more devices, do you need to add more panels to support them? Absolutely. Yes, you do. Whatever your power is draining, you need to replenish that. And the best way I can put that is, I made this example last year. Think of your solar as your bank account, okay? You know if you don't have enough money in the bank, you're going to overdraft, right? So you need to constantly be putting money in that bank account to keep it at its minimum. It's no different. It's no different. The money that you earn from your job, that's the sun and the solar panels. Putting money, solar, inside of your battery bank. Your battery bank is your savings account. Once you start using your solar with your microwave, refrigerator, and vacuum cleaner, that is your checking account. You are using money constantly with your debit card. Okay? So that's the best, easiest way I can put that. Just go to EcoFlow's website. Go to the EcoFlow store on Amazon. It's in there. Let me see. Or just go to EcoFlow's website. Yes. Okay. Go to the EcoFlow's website. Or better yet, I'll put it in the link below. Okay, after this video. Okay, RLM says I found panels don't necessarily produce what they are rated for. None of them do. If you have a 100 watt panel, it will probably be, on a perfect day, bring in about 80 watts with a good panel. Okay. Oh, that air feel good. Oh my God. Okay. So any last questions before we get out of here? We almost at the 2-hour mark, and I said I wanted to be done in 2 hours, and I try my hardest to jam pack as much information in this video as possible. So the Delta Pro 3 is running my whole cabin. I only have 400 watts of power solar coming in. I only have 4 100-watt solar panels because I don't use much power. That's powering the cabin. The cabin is powering the Delta 2 Max. The Delta 2 Max is running my refrigerator, my TV, my clocks, my everything. So it's a just in case for my just in case for my just in case. Okay. To estimate, okay, got that. Okay. Are you running your panels in series or parallel? Great question. I don't run my panels in series anymore. None of them ever. I don't do that anymore. And the reason I don't do that is because when say you got 6 panels, 6 100-watt panels. If you have them in series and one panel catches some shade from a tree, or let's just say some leaves blow on one panel, you won't be bringing in any power from any of those panels. Or you will be getting a bare minimum. You think you're supposed to be bringing in about 600 watts. But you'll look at your grid and it say you only bringing in like 30 watts. You're like, what? That's because one panel has shade on it. When you run them in parallel, if that one panel is shaded, you got 5 more panels that's bringing in the sun. Remember, when you run them in series, you end up making them one solid unit. So whatever happens to that one panel happens to all of them when you run it in series. In parallel, they all work separately. So if some leaves cover up one panel, or some pollen cover up one panel, or some shade gets one panel, you still have 5 other panels that's bringing in the sunlight. So that way you can ensure your power. Now, putting them in series, you're going to get more power. Okay, it's going to be more efficient. But efficiency doesn't mean anything to me if you're not bringing in any power at all. So I sacrifice that extra little bit of efficiency for dependability. To me, in series, your panels in series, you're talking about efficiency, high efficiency power. In parallel, you're talking about dependability. And I need dependability more than I need efficiency in that situation. I hope that helped. So I just stopped running stuff in series. It's always a headache. If I had the right situation, then yeah, I would probably do it. Say I was using I recently got the Delta 2, and it's amazing how much faster it charges. Yes. The Delta 2, you got the Delta 2. Okay, yes, definitely. I'm looking for any more questions. Yeah, I stopped running my panels in series. I stopped doing that way when I was staying in the RV. It's just a headache. A little bit of shade will hit one panel, and then now I ain't getting no power. And then that night I ain't got no solar charged up, and the sun been out beautiful all day, but one tree cover up one panel and screwed me up. I just stopped doing that. Okay. If I have 50 400-watt panels hooked together, will that short out the generator? Or will the generator only use the max of what it can handle? Okay, that's a great question. EcoFlow products is only going to use what it can handle. Now, mind you this, if it's in parallel, if you start overvolting and overamping, meaning, if you got it in series, when you're in series, you add the volts and the amps on top of each other, okay? Every solar power generator can only take a certain amount of volts and amps. So in series, you're limited. So what you will end up doing, I know this sounds crazy, but stick with me. What you will end up doing is, if you can only bring in 30 amps, you're going to, like, just say put 2 panels together in series and then run them parallel to 2 more panels that's in series. Run them parallel to 2 more in series. That's what you're going to end up doing. It's just a headache. So you're constantly playing with this stuff, and it's unnecessary. Now, EcoFlow products, if you do it right, if you run it in parallel, it's only going to use, you're not really going to short it out, and it has a fuse in it just in case. But there are a lot of products online. You will burn that thing like sizzling bacon. So that's what you're talking about, is over. It's called over paneling your system. So yes, EcoFlow products you can over panel your system, but just I wouldn't advise doing it in series. I wouldn't. Great question though. Okay, Annie, how you doing, Annie? You look familiar, Annie. You look like some family. Say, thank you for sharing. I just purchased my second generation, the EcoFlow solar generator River 3 with solar panel. I really appreciate you. You so welcome. Thank you. I hope you use my code. Get a little money off of that. Save a little money. Let me see. I would not have thought of that to even ask the question. Thank you. No problem. I wonder which question it was. Okay. Are you limited on the number of panel connections when running in parallel? No. That's what it's called, over paneling. You can put 100 panels on, but if your device, like for instance, say I got 100 panels connected in parallel, each panel is 100 watts a piece. I'm going to be bringing in 1,000 watts, right? But if my Delta 2 Max is rated to only bring in 1,800 watts of solar, I don't care how many panels you got on it, it's only going to bring in 1,800 watts. It's a good thing though, because you know you're going to have enough wattage constantly to run your whole house, the AC, everything constantly, without you worrying about depleting your system, the gas cutting on, nothing. Everything will be running off of pure sunlight. Okay. Say Chastity, I got the Delta Pro 3 and two 400-watt solar panels. Okay, good deal. You won't be sorry, because I love that thing. You see, I'm not kidding. I depend on that like crazy. I can't believe this EcoFlow is cooling this down like this. I wasn't ready for that. Oh yeah. The EcoFlow Wave, I gotta hook up. Give me a second. I want to show y'all a little something that I'm not going to switch cameras again. I just want to show you this. The EcoFlow Wave 2, remember, it's going to start spitting out the humidity, and I'm going to catch that water in this jug. Free water. It's going to be a gallon of free water by the end of the day. Every time that pump cut on and spit out water, it's going to give me free drinkable water. So and pulled from the air, because all it's doing is like a dehumidifier, right? So that pump is going to spit that out in this jug. I'm going to run it through the Berkey, and I'm going to drink that. I wanted to show y'all that. That is so nice. This is the truth right here. Okay? I mean that. Now, if you want to know my favorite EcoFlow product, I have two. It used to be the Delta 2 Max, but now it's the Delta Pro 3. My other, okay, I'm gonna give y'all my top three. All right, I'm gonna go and do it because I know everybody like, Larry, which one should I get? Which one should I get? I can't tell you that, but I'll tell you my three favorite. Let me think hard too, because My top 3, Delta Pro 3 all day. Delta 2 Max with expansion battery all day. And EcoFlow Wave 2 all day. This air conditioning heating unit I ran all last year in my bug out trailer, and it kept me and my wife warm, and it kept me and my wife cool in the worst conditions. When we was in Kentucky, we was in Tennessee, in that little trailer, it was boiling outside. It was 100 and something degrees outside, and y'all saw me and Lady Leia inside that trailer eating lunch and laughing, watching TV in that video, because we had the air conditioning running while everybody else was out there scorching and boiling. We was cool. So I had to put that out there real quick, because that's my top 3. Now, whatever EcoFlow is coming out with next, will that change? I don't know. All right. We've been in here for 2 hours, y'all. Let me see. Now I'm okay. Let me see. Let me see here. Lorraine said, you remember when we did that video? Yes. We was chilling. I don't know, it was in Tennessee. It wasn't Kentucky. We was either in Georgia, Tennessee, or North Carolina, or Virginia. I don't know where we were, but it was boiling outside. Okay. How many square feet will the air condition work for? That's a good question. Now, this particular unit is like a 4,800 BTU, or is it 30? Yeah, 4,800 BTU. Okay, so I'm not gonna say about the square footage, because I don't want to do that. But 48 BTU, imagine like a 5,000 BTU air conditioning unit. That's what it does. I can't tell you the exact square footage, but long as you know the BTUs, you kind of got a better idea of, the cooling system. Okay, Renee says, can you put them in the top of the chats, please? I'm watching my grand. I don't have anything to write them down. If you're talking about look down in the description box below under the video, and all the information is down there. Okay, I'm going to add to that after the video. I'm going to add the smart cord or DC cable on there, and a couple of other things I'm using. All right, but my discount code should work with all of that. Yeah, see, TLC says it's down in the description box under the video, under my head right now. Okay, say cool. That will work. That will work for the back of the house where we spend most of the time. Because right now, you see, I was sweating like crazy, right? Y'all saw me kept wiping, and now it's pointing at me and Puppy. Look, this how good it feel in here. That's how good it feel right now. Because her little tongue will be hanging out, but she is cool. Long as she cool, I'm cool. All right, Mr. Brown said, thank you, Led. I will be using my Delta Pro Ultra with the EcoFlow Wave. You cannot hook the Delta Pro Ultra to the Delta Wave 2. You can't do that. The Delta Pro Ultra doesn't have a place for the DC cable. That's the biggest problem right there with the Delta Pro Ultra. It doesn't have nowhere you can hook that DC cable into. Okay, if you got the Delta 2 Wave, remember, you're just going to be using it like you're just plugging it in the wall. You can plug it into the Delta Pro Ultra through the AC port, but that's about it. It's not going to make your system more efficient. I really wish they would have added the DC connection to the Delta Pro Ultra. I kind of thought that was a little kick in the nuggets right there. I wish they changed that. Okay. Ooh, you just reminded me of something else. FEF. All right. I left one out. The EcoFlow Glacier refrigerator, rechargeable refrigerator. That's my other favorite. As a matter of fact, the EcoFlow Glacier is in my bug out trailer. The one that makes ice, it's in my bug out trailer. And I can control all this stuff with the app, all of it. So I left one out. So I got to say my top 4, really. All right. So I guess that about do it. No more questions. I hope I was able to help you. I didn't want to get too technical, so I hope I kept it as simple as possible. I know I can get carried away at times with it, but I hope I kept it as simple as possible, y'all. You said you remember us at the meetup in the camper chilling. Yes, yes, that's right. Oh. You talking about regular gun guy, the regular meetup? Wait a minute, Jacqueline. I'm like, who? Wait a minute, Jacqueline. Are you talking about the regular meetup? Cause I can't see your face. Okay, right. Okay, and that was in Ohio, right? And you know how the weather was in Ohio at that time. We were in our bug out trailer, and everybody was like, "Oh, the hotel is over there. The hotels is over there. You can stay in the hotel." I told regular gun guy, "No, we good. We're gonna stay in the bug out trailer." Me and my wife stayed in the bug out trailer. Shit, we was in that bug out trailer for 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks or better? Over 2 weeks. Because we had the Delta 2 Max and the EcoFlow Wave. That is what was keeping us together. Those 2 units I got right here, I just showed you. The Delta 2 Max and the Delta Wave 2 is what kept us together through the cold, because it was cold in Ohio. It was hot in southern Ohio. It was warm. It was cold, northern Ohio, then Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, all that. That's what got us through. All right. So thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for everything. And shout out to Regular Gun Guy, by the way. Shout out to Regular Gun Guy. And I hope to see everybody at the regular meetup this year. I need to check with him and see exactly when it's going to be. And because y'all, I'm going to be there. All right. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. She keep me in line. All right. Okay, y'all. We're going to get out of here. I hope I helped y'all out. Like I told you, I was just here to talk about power. That's why I didn't start talking about the pigs or nothing else. Today was just my promise for power. Okay? With that being said, I showed y'all my entire setup and how it runs, how I'm staying off grid. This is exactly what we're using. Okay? Thank you for, if you got any other questions that you didn't get on here or you just coming in for the replay, put the questions in the comment section below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. All right. And for the people, I'm sorry I couldn't make out what y'all was saying, some of y'all, but you know, we got it together. Thank you to everybody that had time to put those words together and spell out what they really meant. Thank you for that. Because y'all know me, I'm only going to read something maybe twice, then I'm done. So thank you to you all for going back and reading those folks' stuff and figuring out what the questions really were. I'm glad I was able to answer them through you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful day. Lead Farmer 73. I love y'all, and I'm out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what the next video gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and say one. I don't know if I'll probably put a video out. The next video is gonna be the fencing. I'm going to be running electrical fencing for the pigs. For the first time. So if you know anything about electrical fencing, I will need your help. Okay. So in the next video, that's what we're going to be doing and talking about. And I hope I don't get electrocuted live on camera. That would be tragic. All right. So everybody, thank you for watching Live Farmer 73. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you for being here. All right. Wait a minute. I gotta tell my friend, hey, thank you for being here, Led. Man, thank you. I appreciate you having me. Man, you come by anytime. You hear me? Man, I'll take you up on that offer. But the next time I come, you think I'm gonna get paid for the next one? I don't know if it's gonna be in the budget or not, Led, but I'll talk to the producers. Okay. You do that because I'm a little, I got bills to pay. I can't be sitting on your couch getting interviewed for nothing. That's all right, man. We'll take care of you. Well, I always want some money, don't they? Always want some money for nothing. They want something for nothing, don't they? Y'all, Live Farmer 73. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Y'all have a good one.